When we donate to international nonprofits, we are trying to give the most vulnerable children a bright future by creating safe havens for them to grow up with an education and without extreme poverty, child marriage, and human trafficking. But what if these charities were not actually safe spaces for children? We know that there are tens of thousands of nonprofits serving hundreds of thousands of children overseas. And yet, an astounding 1 in 8 nonprofits have had accusations of child abuse within their organization. And 1 in 4 nonprofits knows of an organization with accusations of abuse. That's thousands of children hurt and traumatized, affecting future relationships, decision-making, risk-taking, and physical and mental health. Hi, I'm Amy Travis, and I'm creating a free online toolkit to equip international nonprofits with the resources they need to develop and strengthen their protective systems in order to keep children safe from abuse. As donors, we trust that by donating to charities, we are helping children and saving lives. These organizations are supposed to be doing more good than harm. While oversight agencies increase transparency for administration, none exist for protecting children. Organizations are left to do the best they can by themselves, but are not necessarily being assisted or held accountable. One problem is that most charities do not have thorough and rigorous vetting processes for staff and volunteers. Sex offenders are using these organizations' international settings and abundant availability of vulnerable populations in order to access children. Another issue is that some staff use brutal discipline, mostly out of ignorance of how to use positive techniques. For example, canings, deprivation of food, burns, physical restraints, and locking in rooms without the use of a toilet. All of this is done in the name of discipline. Reports detail violence against children internationally. Finally, those who are being abused either have no good means of reporting, or those who receive the report don't know how to handle the situation. This results in cases not being appropriately investigated. The victim's trust is broken, donors' trust is broken, and the community's trust is broken. Too many children are being hurt, so what can we do now to make a difference? 86% of nonprofits want help. The solution is education, skills, and systems. This Child Protection Toolkit, which you are helping to fund, is an immediate, easy-to-use, and inexpensive way for organizations to become safer, preventing sexual predators from accessing children, stopping brutal discipline by staff, and fixing broken reporting mechanisms. The toolkit guides nonprofits through assessing risks, writing safeguarding policies, developing reporting mechanisms, and vetting employees and volunteers. Videos will empower staff by educating them to recognize abuse, identify threats and harmful practices, and develop positive discipline to replace their old practices. The additional resources on child development, conflict mediation, and much more will help deliver holistic support for staff and caregivers. You can save a child. Please, join me to stop abuse. Donate toward the creation of this toolkit. Also, be an advocate. We need to spread the word. Share this video with your friends. And talk to your charity about their protective policies and how they can be strengthened. It's time to end child abuse. Together, we can save lives.